about. If you've ever needed access to your money, but a paycheck and really my effect deposit sign up page and take 1090, sometimes people.
Good morning, Mr. Italy.
I'll be honest with you, for as big as his head is and as broad as his shoulders are, I thought he would have.
That's a big ass arms. Yeah.
To be honest, he looks kind of small.
Mr. Easley's on bond apparently on several other matters when this matter was allegedly committed. I'm looking at an A and really a super D, a C, really 3 C's and an A really for tracking kind of purposes. It's pretty serious.
Your Honor mentioned criminal homicide. I thought that was attempted.
I said, did I say homicide? I meant to say attempted criminal homicide if I didn't.
Okay, understood.
I thought I did, but that's still an A felony.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a bail hearing.
I'm gonna set just a bond right now till we have our bail hearing. Then I'll let you make all the arguments. We can go through all the factors in the statute and see if that gets amended up or down. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set initial bond at 1.25 million.
Look how he shut his eyes.
Courtyard. We're here at the courthouse.
Look how he shut his eyes. Like, damn, fuck, I ain't got that much. Nobody ain't gonna help me with this. Look how it look. Pussy ass boy. Look at him.
Set initial bond at
Look how he shut his eyes.
2.25 million.
Oh, fuck, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. People in the courtyard.
Bitch ass. That's exactly what you get, your bitch ass.
Is it just me, or is he staring into his soul?
Soul, yeah. It look
like this officer,
like
deputy, whatever the fuck, looks like he's ready to crash.
Yeah,
like, say something on, like, say something on fucking light, right in the courthouse.
Facts.
And the seriousness of all these felonies and his bond status.
Now, CHUD has, again, been given a $1,250,000 bond, but he's also raised a shitload of money. When I did the first initial video, I think he had just raised 100,000, or maybe it was like 60,000, 80,000, something like that, and it started off as like 40,000, but now CHUD has raised $230,000, and that's more than enough to cover, I believe, his bond, because the bond is usually just going to be 10%. But from what I heard, they're going to want the 10%.
They're gonna add an extra. They're gonna add an extra little something, because the nature of the crime is too. That's too easy for him.
And collateral.
Yeah.
And also, from what I heard, CHUD doesn't really have a lot of money like that. Like, I guess he bounces around and stays with people, and he might have lived in a trailer. Like, I heard, I don't know if it's true, but I heard he doesn't really got it like that, which is kind of why he was crashing out to do the content he was doing, because the high views were paying. But we have some new details after the arrest report was released. A Tennessee man who goes by the moniker CHUD the Builder, is known for posting racist videos to social media, was given a $1.25 million preliminary bond on attempted murder and other charges. Dalton Etherly, 28, is accused of shooting another person in the middle of the day on Wednesday outside the Montgomery County Courthouse during an altercation. An affidavit filed with the arrest warrant says that Etherly and the other man engaged in a verbal altercation at about 1:19 p.m. During this verbal altercation, Mr. Etherly turned his body in a bladed stance and reached for his firearm located in his right jacket pocket. Thereafter, a physical altercation ensued. That right there is very important. I don't know much what a bladed stance is, but I'm gonna guess that it went like something like that right there. Like, try me, motherfucker. And the thing that's important with this situation, stand your ground. You're supposed to meet the attacker with as much force as they're meeting you with, right? So if they're not armed with a weapon, you're not supposed to just pull out and blow brains. Now, another little factor in this case, right, is you can defend yourself with lethal force if you're defending yourself from a forcible felony. Forcible felony would be like carjacking, armed robbery, things of that nature. Someone's trying to snatch your chain off your neck, that's a forcible felony. Right. If someone's trying to break into your vehicle while you're in your vehicle, that's a forcible felony. You can dome check, and you're beating that motherfucker instantaneously.
Yeah, right.
Does that mean instantly? I don't know. I'm just trying to sound smarter than what I am. But hear me out. Because at that point that he did his bladed stance reaching for that gun, he wasn't under threat of a weapon. At most, he was under threat of these. And everybody knows everyone's scared of these in 2026. Nobody wants to fight, right? So him doing that, understand this. I've been charged with it. I've been convicted for it. In my case, right, I was charged with assault with a dangerous weapon by means of a firearm. And I was charged with attempting to rob somebody with a firearm, right? Not once in the case was a gun ever recovered. And I didn't know this, but apparently if you just threaten to shoot somebody, that's assault with a firearm. Well, doing this, which can be conceived as a threat, while you're arguing with someone, right? We don't know the exact words that were said, but if I'm like this and I'm like, try me, boy, because that's how I imagine Chud the Builder would have said this shit. If I say that, right, not only is this threatening with a firearm, but I'm provoking the situation. And it clearly states he reached for the firearm located in his right jacket pocket. Thereafter, a physical altercation ensued. Now, the victim in this case, Joshua Fox, who we're going to get into because apparently he's got a crazy history. He's a former veteran. I think he's a combat veteran if I'm not mistaken. But he's a former veteran. He sees a man reach. There's two things you can do. You can wait to get shot, or you can attack and try to prevent being shot. Sometimes the best defense is a good offense. Well, if I engage now and try to take control of that firearm before he uses it against me, I might have a good chance. And then in the situation, Chud pulls out, dude gets shot, Chud shoots himself, and everything goes extremely left. But that's what happens when you bring a gun into any physical altercation.
What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened? What? What the fuck just happened?
Apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt.
What are we doing, man?
Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible.
Now Chud fired, striking the other man multiple times. The man was taken by helicopter to a hospital in Nashville where he underwent emergency surgery, according to the affidavit. Police have said the man was in stable condition after surgery. The hospital has declined to give out information about his condition, citing medical privacy law. The affidavit notes that there were several innocent bystanders outside the courthouse when Etherly shot his gun. Surveillance video of the incident shows a ricocheting projectile hitting nearby walls, and an audio recording and witness accounts of the shooting also indicate that Etherly shot himself in the arm.
I walked past him, he was sitting on the corner. I walked up to him because they were pointing at me. They were laughing, they were pointing at me, and I said, "What's up, guys? How y'all doing?" I said, "Y'all like the new suit?" He said, "Walk away from me." I walked away from him. He came back up to me. He literally said, "I have PTSD. I feel like I'm in." He said, "You start saying all that chimp out shit to me, I'm gonna hit you." He hit me, started wailing on me, even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He was still wailing on me.
Where's your weapon at?
Now, I'll say this, right? Just off of the 36 seconds of bullshit we just heard, bro said he walked out the courtroom, they're pointing at him. So he walked up like a nice gentleman and said, "Hey, how you doing? You like my new suit?" And in so many words, they tell him to fuck off, and he fucked off. Out of every video we've ever seen of Chud live streaming, when has he ever listened? Ever. When people tell him, "Go away, fuck off," when is he ever he never listens to them. He
What you gonna chip out? You gonna chip out? What? What you sitting there talking about? Oh, oh. Then you instantly get a bitch voice. Oh, I was just walking that way. I just told him that, and then he just told me, man, shut the fuck up. That's what all y'all do. All y'all do that shit. But guess what? I learned to beat them at their own game. They get to doing that shit, then they act like they want to pull out their phone and record. Instantly pull out your phone and start recording. Watch how fast they get away from it. Instantly, when they pull out the phone, they act like you don't see. Cause what it is, it's a arouse game. Try to get you aroused, and they have you on camera to say, "Oh, look at him. He's so angry, or she's so angry. Look at her. Look at her approaching me. Look at her pull out. Soon as they pull out their camera, you pull out your camera. Watch how fast they get away from you. Tell you.
Recognizes them. No, I have every right to constitutionally stay right here, boy. This motherfucker doesn't listen to nobody. So in this situation, right? In this violent situation, he came out and saw a black man and decided to ask him how he was doing and if he liked his suit. And when the guy told him to go away, he went away. But the guy pursued him for no reason. He pursued him. Even though there's like 150 videos of the opposite happening. So I'm not gonna say he's lying, but what I'm gonna say is, if I'm forming an opinion based off of the characteristics I've seen of CHUD in prior situations, I don't believe that story. That's just my opinion.
They have everything.
What weapon is that right there? I believe that's it. Is that yours?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's talking to him right now.
Oh no, you guys are good. Do your thing.
Okay.
He has a graze. I call it a graze to the left shoulder, left arm. He has a slight abrasion right here on his head. Okay. Maybe some scrapes. Light lightheadedness. No shortness of breath. No issues with memory that I know of.
Okay. Hey, what's up with that
one? A little
one?
overwhelmed, but.
What's up with this one?
You got a shot to the stomach.
Now you overwhelmed.
I'm gonna look at it real quick, okay?
Now all of a sudden you overwhelmed.
Grab a
Fucking CHUD the stud.
go grab me.
Yeah, just like a fucking woman.
Yeah, this stuff I can put on it.
Alright.
His ass
Thank you.
just like a woman.
Thank you. No damage to the muscle or something. I don't even want to look at it.
Hey, and shouts out to at Real Sports Buckley. Shouts out to you, bro. Bro said we do not claim him. This man, we don't hold up, bro. We do not claim this man. Remember, he was arrested in Tennessee. Your whole community think you a fucking clown. You fucking stud, bud.
Man, I just pray that dude's gonna be all right.
Yes, sir.
I tried to walk away from him.
That was just the point of just making sure everybody's, both you and
Dude,
him
this
are
is
okay.
what happens when people are rich people are saying you'll get rich if you hit this guy. They're all publicly saying if y'all assault this guy, we'll make you rich. Did I shoot myself or
Well,
did it graze it?
You penetrated, yeah.
Did I shoot myself? Now, I find it weird that he's saying something along the lines of basically making himself seem like the victim. Like, oh, if you hit me, you're going to get rich. Rich people are going to pay you this and that.
Right.
Homie, you antagonize people for a living.
And you
I
ain't
don't
rich.
even know what kind of a living you're making off of it, but
You ain't
like,
rich, gang.
I
ain't
think
making
motherfuckers are willing.
You wasn't making no living because you was being racist at the living you was making, and then they took it out from you, and then you got on YouTube the first time, and then they took it out from you, and then you did it the second time they took it out from you. Well, you was on a different platform, actually. No, you was on YouTube. That's why you never made it out. That's why you got on Twitch. Remember? And you broke, gang. You ain't got shit. That's why you doing what you broke, gang. You ain't got shit. It's that simple. You broke as hell. You broke as hell with no life. This what this is what this is what racist people do, gang. This is what they do, especially the broke ones. The rich ones don't do this. The rich ones, see the rich ones, see the rich racist gang. See what they do? They they the ones who make up the laws and shit. That go sit in the courthouse when it's a beat with no indigenous person in there. It's just all of them in there, and they plot on how to go to whatever part of town or city they in and destroy it with bogus ass, bullshit ass laws and bullshit ass segregational low key bullshit that they got going on. That's what the rich racists do. See, you poor broke ass motherfuckers, this what y'all do. Y'all ain't got no life, man. That's why y'all poor and broke. And be trying to act like you got it better than the indigenous man or the indigenous man. This is why y'all do it, cause y'all poor and broke. Y'all ain't and y'all bored. And y'all ain't. It's nothing for y'all to do. It's nothing for y'all to do. But do this on the internet. This is why. So let's not come here and say, oh, oh man, he got a piece of money. No, the story is he ain't got shit. That's why he was on the internet with the tutu dress on. I mean, come on. I mean, doing CHUD the stud shit. Let's be for real. You know what I mean? Come on, let's come on now.
Gonna do that for the free. I don't think they need to get paid. I'm pretty sure there's some people that'll do that for the free, bro. It's just they didn't want to get shot in the process. That was the only thing stopping them. You would have got hands put on you in a lot of different situations had you not been holding that gun, doing the blade stance every time somebody felt disrespected. Now, at the time this happened, he'd previously been released on bond in 2 other cases. He's facing a harassment charge in Montgomery County, and he was also charged last week in Nashville for theft after disorderly conduct or resisting arrest after bailing out on a restaurant. And this would state Etherly, CHUD, who is white, posts videos to social media where he tries to provoke black passerbys by using racial slurs and racist dog whistles. Although police have not responded to questions about the race of the person he shot, a witness described him as black. Well, this right here is the black man that he shot, Joshua Fox. And, when situations like this happen, and there's been a lot of situations where a lot of different things have happened, people bring up the criminal history of the person. Who was it that held a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach? Was that George Floyd that did that shit? That was another piece of shit situation. Do you deserve to get killed by a cop? No, but then they said that it was actually an overdose that did it, right? So it's like when you hear things like that, it's easy to write off a piece of shit, in my opinion. But what the internet tried to do was paint this man as a piece of shit in order to make CHUD look better. Now, Joshua Fox's criminal history is being used to justify CHUD the Builder's actions. CHUD was arrested after he shot the Black Army veteran. This man is an Army veteran that served this country. This man is a Clarksville resident who walks the streets pissing people off. As Fox remains hospitalized after the May 13th incident, his wife has raised over $60,000 through a GoFundMe campaign to cover medical expenses, describing him as a disabled veteran struggling with PTSD. And just to be fair, in the name of fairness, let's pull up his GoFundMe just so y'all can see that one as well. Standing with Josh and family after the shooting, they have raised $233,000. So they've gotten over a
That's all I'm gonna say.
$250,000. Damn. It says, hello everyone, it saddens me to come and ask for help, but today at the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville, my husband was involved in an altercation that led to him being shot by a man known as CHUD the Builder, who is widely known for making racial slurs towards people of color. My husband Josh was shot in the stomach and shoulder. As of the latest update, he is in stable condition, but the emotional and financial impact this will have on our family is unimaginable. There is no telling how long I may be out of work to help care for my husband, who is already a disabled veteran and suffers from other medical conditions. Our children are also struggling through this difficult time. I'm not asking for a lot, but if you feel it in your heart to help, please consider donating to support our family during this time of need. If you're unable to help financially, we completely understand and simply ask that you keep us in your prayers. So it doesn't state that he was a combat vet, it just states that he was a vet, right? He has his own issues. He's already a disabled veteran. They've raised the $250,000. I'm not gonna lie, I heard something like if you get shot, the bill is like $600,000 or some crazy shit. Like, I've heard motherfuckers say like, "Oh, just let me die at that point. I can't afford this shit."
Right.
But supporters of CHUD the Builder have circulated with court records of Fox's 2024 arrest in Clarksville for aggravated domestic violence. Now, this is, I guess, a list of all the shit that he's had. Harassment, contempt of court, which is just like not going, a civil order of protection, contempt of court, implied consent, DUI, reckless driving. Then he got an aggravated assault case, DUI, probation violation, seatbelt, reckless endangerment, whatever. And then it says, observers have noted that any prior record does not justify the shooting. Now I'll say this. If you're beating women, people are going to be a whole lot less sympathetic to you getting shot. That's a fucking fact.
Yeah.
And it isn't just that. Someone who I'm going to show on the screen wherever I decide to put it left a comment on my page, and I'm going to read it to y'all.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
An account by the name of Tribal Elitism left multiple comments on my page. One saying, Jake is saying he supports a convicted rapist and aggravated domestic violence guy because he got violent over words. That's a bold accusation. But of course, when you click on this page, there's nothing linked. You don't even know who this is. It's a random person, right? Then they left another one. The black you are defending and saying is a hero was convicted of aggravated domestic violence and rape. Jake is cool with rapists. That's a bold statement.
Yeah, but don't CHUD the Stud got allegations on him? If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, don't CHUD the Stud got allegations on him too?
So I decided to investigate.
I mean, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying if we talked about it. Hey yo, this was funny, right? But this is why I won't never get racist. Right? This is funny, right? It's funny how the ones who usually are racist don't talk about what they racist doing. And it's a million times worse than the race they talking about. The shit that they do, it's a million times worse than that. But let's talk about it. But we don't go shoot up and kill up you know, for kindergarten through 5th grade school. We don't go do that, guys. We don't go touching our daughters and sisters and all this bullshit, and the whole family knowing it's all right. And we don't grow up without saying yes ma'am or no ma'am. We don't grow up without that. We don't grow up with our child saying what to us. We don't grow up with that. I mean, if we want to talk about this shit, like let's really talk about this shit, man. I mean, I'm just saying, if we want to talk about it, let's really talk about it. I mean, let's be for real. I'm just saying. I mean, I can call out a couple of things. I mean, we can elaborate on a lot of shit. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, bro, This shit gotta make sense to you. You gotta understand that. Yo, that's what they want to make this shit seem like it's about. This ain't what it's about, bro. This ain't what it's about. That ain't what it's about. This about some whole nother shit that I won't speak on right now, but you should know. If you could put two and two together, you would make it make sense.
Back in May of 2024, on April 18th, 31-year-old Joshua Fox was involved in a domestic incident with his wife at their Tower Drive apartment residence. When officers arrived on the scene, they spoke with Joshua, who stated that Mrs. Fox, his wife, would not let him leave, but did not provide any details. Officers then spoke with Mrs. Fox, who stated that Joshua was upset because vehicle issues prevented him from leaving. She then stated that Joshua had an aerosol can and a lighter and attempted to burn down the house. Mrs. Fox then claimed she attempted to take the can away from Joshua, but they both fell to the ground. Mrs. Fox then said that Joshua grabbed a screwdriver and held it to her side, which made her back away from him. Officers found the aerosol can and screwdriver described by his wife. Officers deemed Joshua to be the primary aggressor, and he was taken into custody for aggravated domestic assault. So it looks like this was an actual situation. He had whatever, an axe can, I don't know, attempted to burn down the house. It obviously didn't happen. Held a screwdriver to his wife. He's going crazy, whatever. At no point did he stab her. He didn't hit her. Nothing like that. I don't know if he was convicted of this, if he had a lesser charge, whatever the situation is. What I do know is there's a lot of people that have done this or done worse and gotten a straight pass, right? This sounds like some in-house shit because they're still together to this day, right? They're still together. She knows he struggles with mental health. She most likely called the police to de-escalate the situation because she couldn't, whatever. And apparently there's a lot of veterans that go through things like this. When they come back home, they can't process shit. They argue with their wife or whoever they live with. It's not an excuse for his actions, but to say he deserved to get shot is a bold statement, because I'm a convicted felon. I've been convicted of assault with a firearm, carrying a concealed firearm, armed burglary, grand theft, and grand theft of a firearm. Do I deserve to get shot? I make more money than CHUD the fucking builder, so I think I'm a more productive member of society.
Exactly. Fuck out of here.
That doesn't mean I deserve to get shot, right? So using someone's past as a way to justify what presently happened doesn't work. But they're saying that he got convicted of rape, and if that's the case, fuck him. And screenshots of this from Howard County, Nashville, has made its way online, stating Joshua Fox had charges of solicitation of a minor, solicitation of a minor, solicitation of a minor, solicitation of a mad counts of solicitation of a fucking minor, aggravated stalking. Crazy shit. And I'm gonna say this, you know, like you did some domestic thing, whatever. I don't think that justifies you getting shot, but playing with kids and shit like that,
that's a hell no.
No sympathy.
Yeah,
no sympathy.
Yeah, you're
none. I feel like it should have happened then, if that's the case. But this is the thing with people throwing out accusations and not fact checking.
I ain't know about that.
This Joshua Fox was born in 1978.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Well, old dude should be like around that age.
He's old as a motherfucker. And if you actually look up who he is, I can't scroll down because this has his addy, because he's a...
I'm just saying. You ain't put two and two together by what I'm saying. I don't know what to tell you.
Registered, you know, flex offender.
I'm just saying. Don't look like the same two colors to me. I'm just saying.
This is him. He's a white guy. This is not the same person. So this is why it is important to do your homework before you throw out accusations, because they tried to use the same name and say that this was the same person and say that I support that type of fuck shit, which is not true. wish I could sue you for defamation, but you probably don't have a fucking dollar.
For a dollar.
So the reality of the
Broke as hell.
situation
Poor
is
as
his
hell.
self-defense case is looking
Poor as
even
hell.
weaker,
Fuck outta
and they
here.
are blocking Chud's ability to use the money he's raised to pay for his bond, which I don't know if I actually agree with that either, because it's like, if people are willing to give you money, why does that matter when it comes to getting a defense? If you're truly innocent until proven guilty and someone decides to give you a lump sum of money to defend yourself in court, I think it should be allowed. Personally, I don't think his rights should be violated just because he decided to go and do a violent crime. If that's the case, don't give him a bond. Hold him in there without one.
Yeah, without one.
And then there's cases that people have brought up, you know, the kid that stabbed the kid at the fucking track meet or whatever and killed him. That kid got like a $250,000 bond. I don't agree with that shit either. What the fuck? That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I'm not biased in this situation. I'm not picking and choosing based off skin or whatever. It's just what I view and feel is right.
Right.
I think you should be able to get a bond for an attempted murder. I don't think you should be able to get a bond for a murder.
Yeah.
That doesn't really make sense to me. Unless you're like YNW Melly and you've been sitting there for 7 years.
Yeah,
At that point, let him the fuck out. I don't think you should be able to use someone's past against them in a situation that has nothing to do with that. But if someone is a stone cold piece of shit, don't expect sympathy from the public.
Right.
And I also don't like or appreciate how patriotism is being aligned with racism, because the two don't equal the same. And if you actually look at this situation, only one person in this situation served this country, and that's the victim.
That's the victim.
But that's just my opinion, and this is my update. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me, except for the motherfucker that wrote that comment in my comment section.
Yeah, you're a pussy.
Fuck you. Till next
fuck
time.
you, for sure. With a loan, pussy. For sure. Shouts out 1090, bro. Yeah, man. CHUD the Stud, bro, you're a fucking goofy. And that Myron dude, you're a fucking goofy too. You're a fucking goofy too, dude. I ain't gonna lie, you're fucking blowing me with the shit you goddamn coming upon. You're a Rolling Stone, dude, aren't you? You're a fucking Rolling Stone. What a fucking cockface you are. But anyway, that's above my pay grade. You know what I mean? I kind of stay at my pay grade. A lot of goofies out here, man. A lot of goofies out here. A lot of strange shit happening. A lot of weird shit. You just gotta stay at your own pace, man. Stay in your own lane. Do your own shit. Don't get caught up in all this stupid shit, man. Especially if you don't know how to handle it. I'm telling you. Especially if you don't know how to handle it, bro. But I'm out of here, man. Y'all be good, man. I appreciate y'all for going in on the screens, man. Y'all came over here from YouTube, not. Y'all see this later on. Y'all already know what I need y'all to do, man. Drop where you watching from with the truck emoji. That's all I be asking. What a donut. I appreciate you dropping here again tonight, bro. Much love, man. Y'all be good, man. Y'all have a good night. Be safe, bro. I'm out this motherfucker.